I am a spiritual writer, energy reader and healer. My readings, articles and the healings that I give are all sort of seeking to empower and provide a different perspective, really. How would I describe myself in 3 words? I'm passionate, authentic, and most of all, I'm fun. You've got to laugh at times, right? Okay, so not all the time. Sometimes we'll cry together too. Hope you're enjoying all the content that I'm putting up on my channel, and if that's the case, love it if you could like and subscribe. Until then, see you around, lovely wing people. So hi, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde reading today. So just doing a little intro into all of the readings. Mercury Retrograde usually happens sort of 3 to 4 times a year, depending on the lunar calendar. And it's a very difficult time where the retrograde means that we go back or we go and revisit something, or things may not work as well. But they may not work as well because there's a reason or a lesson that we need to gain from it. It's often a time, because it's ruled, Mercury is the planet of communication, it affects all types of communication. So it can affect our computers, our phones, our cameras. Tell me about it. I've had a few camera issues of that period. So yeah, it can really feel like it's working against us. It's a time frame of shadow that we just need to work through and get through. But often, on a positive note, there are things, as I said, just that, you know, that we need to take from it, that we need to learn from. So coming out of this period is a good thing, or is a positive thing, and affects us in different ways, because wherever the retrograde sits at the time of the year will affect each of us astrologically differently, because it will sit in the different 12 houses, which are houses for astrology that are ruled by planets and affect us in our day-to-day lives. So I just wanted to sort of mention what it was and how it might affect us before I started any of the readings. Welcome, my Sagittarians, to your Mercury Retrograde After Party. So, what has this period of time meant for my Sagittarians? Well, the Mercury Retrograde was influencing you in your 11th house. And the 11th house is all about teamwork and being social, joining groups, going out, sort of sharing yourself with people, I guess. And with it being in retrograde, that meant that you kind of weren't that person. You were being a little bit introspective, a little bit insular, and you weren't really feeling like sharing your thoughts, your views, or yourself with others. So, and that's very uncharacteristic of your sign, Sagittarius, because let's face it, you're quite the social butterfly when it comes to people and groups and this sort of thing. So I guess moving forward, the good news is you're going to retain that. You're going to go back to being that essence of who you really are. So it's going to really mean you getting back out there and being that social butterfly is going to mean finding your wings again, Sagittarius. So that's really good news, isn't it? I think we're moving into a period towards November and December where we all become a little bit more social, lots more's happening, and I think you're going to find your feet again. So yeah, so that's cool. So welcome anyway. We are going to do you a 6-card read with my Rider-Waite Tarot. I am going to then pull some clarification cards with my Island Wellness deck. At the end of the reading, I am going to pull you an Archangel Michael card for that little extra bit of guidance, my little Sagittarius. And yeah, and then one last card, which will be from the Soul Angel cards. And that's going to be really sort of guidance, I guess, moving forward with all these different energies that are going on. So, first things first, I am putting these empowerment cards for everybody on all of these readings. They're really lovely, and I think that we all need a little bit of a lift. So I am going to pull you a card. Oh, or they are going to pull you a card. And you have bad vibes don't go with my outfit. These cards are quite sassy, actually. So it's really saying that let's get rid of those bad vibes. There's been an essence of this energy around us, and yeah, there's no time for that now, Sagittarius. We're moving forward into a much more positive time period for you, which is great, which is what I like to hear. I have pre-shuffled your cards, sort of like a big major shuffle. And so I'm just going to kind of pull the cards and do like a mini one and pull your cards. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, we have the Knight of Cups. We then have the Page, or the Knave as it's sometimes known, of Swords, but it's in the reverse position. I do read reverse in tarot. Some readers don't like to, but I do. And so we've got another card in reverse, which is the Six of Cups. Yeah, okay. Sometimes when I see Six of Cups, I see some past life energy. So maybe there would be something in that as well. We've also then, in your third column, pulled you the Nine of Cups. This is that social, outgoing, charismatic person that I was talking about. This is wish fulfillment, though, which is always something we want to see. We have the Wheel of Fortune, but we have it in reverse. Yeah, another major Arcana card. You only have the one major Arcana. So what I would say in this reading is these aren't significant changes coming up. Maybe the significant changes have already been. So we've seen those in those months from sort of 27th of September onwards up until now. And even though Mercury has gone retrograde, we are in that shadow time. It's usually sort of maybe even 5 days before, 5 days after, where there's still like a little bit of an essence of it. So this could be what we're seeing in this influence. The back of the deck, which I always pull as the energy of the whole reading, really. And you have the Eight of Cups, and this Eight of Cups are water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this energy is really talking about walking away from something, moving on from something. That can obviously bring up ideas, you know, with it being cups of sadness, maybe a little bit of heartache. But ultimately, this character is walking towards the sun into a better place. So, yeah, great energy, I'd say. If we're talking about moving forward, these are the sort of things we want to see. Okay, so Island Wellness cards. A little bit of clarification for you. I'm just going to move my little black cat, my little Scylla, slightly overseeing your reading today, which is nice. She might join us in a sec. She may just completely launch onto the cards. It's been known. So, right, okay. Okay, so we have healthy choices over our first column. This is definitely going to be a time of you making these transitions, and with those changes we're going to see you making more healthier choices. And then we pull the card of Ascending, this little girl being pulled up by these balloons. So we talked about you finding your wings and flying earlier, didn't we? This is just confirmation that this is what's happening for you, Sagittarius. Okay, so there's too many there for me to jump, for me to take, so I'm going to keep going. Whoa. When cards jump like this, as a reader, I do normally take those jumping cards, but if there's too many, I just normally confirm. It's doing it again. There's too many. I normally confirm with Spirit. Do you want me to take them? If they really, really want me to take them, I will. But that's not the case at this point. So, what can we tell Sagittarius about this final column, please, Spirit? Can we get some nice, clear messages? Tell us about this wish fulfillment. Tell us about, whoa, the dreams coming true. Ba-bam, palm trees. Everyone loves a palm tree, right? Normally symbolic of growth, or you know, it's in its most literal form. Beautiful destinations. Maybe you're going away. Maybe you're going to visit somewhere beautiful, which is going to put some perspective on things. So that's nice as well. Right, we'll look at that one in a little bit more detail when I start. Okay. I'm going to just give my singing bowl a little chime. It can be quite loud, so you might want to cover your ears, or you might just completely enjoy it like I do. You might not, but anyway, here goes. Okay, my Sagittarians, I do like to use this singing bowl. It does clear, it's very vibrational, and it does clear energies and gives us, yeah, a nice starting point, I would say. Okay, so let's crack on. First column then, Knight of Cups. This knight is moving towards you with this cup. Now, cups are symbolic of emotions. So again, more water energy. There's this feeling of quite a lot of water energy around you, Sagittarius. That's about emotions and feelings and our heart space. This knight is coming towards you. This could be love. This could be prospect of new romance. This could be flirtation. This could be, excuse me, this could be love and support coming from you from other people around you that care about you and wish to offer you that support. Knights come to people's defences. They battle for honour and courage, and they come forward for and fight for the people they love. So maybe you're experiencing quite a lot of support and quite a lot of love at this time, which is a really amazing thing, because maybe during the retrograde you have overgone some really difficult issues within that have come to the surface. And this is kind of like a support coming towards you, which is really nice. You have underneath it the Page of Swords in reverse. In this upright position, sometimes this can denote somebody checking out what you do, somebody watching what you do. This can be somebody, sometimes readers do see this as like people stalking or looking at you online or what you're doing and what you're about. And that can be to do with work or love. But because yours is in reverse, it's this idea that everything's very internal and private. And maybe you felt in this space where you, especially with this idea that you weren't this normal team player person, and that's not to criticize. When we're somebody very social or we're a team player, there are times in our lives where we don't want to be part of those teams. We actually just want to isolate ourselves a little, go within, and just not engage in any of the drama, if I'm honest. So I feel like this card is telling you you've decided to detach yourself from the drama. You are not overthinking things, because swords are air signs. So they're Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Sometimes they're about new ideas. Sometimes they're about thought processes. I would say in reverse, perhaps you've got a lot going on, but you're choosing to just be in the moment right now, assess the situation, and there's plenty of time for these thought processes to come together, because there's this sense of you looking after your mental health, and making choices that are going to promote that and make you more balanced. You know, it's a time to go within and assess everything that really is going on in your life, I guess. This healthy choices, it says making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. We talked about this idea, didn't we, of you coming out of this sort of chrysalis. I like that, coming out of this chrysalis. And in doing so, you've had that time to go within and dig deep and understand yourself a little better. And this is really great because there was definitely a need for you to do that, I would say. Okay, so your next column, you have a major arcana, the Magician. Now, in this card, the Magician has the cup, the wand, the sword, and the pentacle. So he has all four of the elements that he needs in order to make it and in order to become what he needs to become. He has a wand up, pointing up to the sky, and then his other hand is down below, and it goes with the saying, so above as below. And this is this idea of bringing this sort of idea of harmony as above in heaven, if whatever your belief is, or where afterlife is, and on earth. And it's this idea of creating this equilibrium. The Magician as well is also a card of somebody that's very capable. You know, as Sagittarian, this is a fire element. This is somebody that can make things happen. You know, they will use all of their resources and they will gain a core strength. The yellow in colour is about being strong, being centred. This red cloak is about creating and thriving and making riches and whatever those riches are within your life. You know, those things that make you happy. You can see all the flowers above and on the floor. This is this idea of flourishing. And the Magician can really create whatever he or she decides they want to make their world look like. So bravo, Sagittarians, you have the power. So underneath that, you have the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in this position is always like a past life card for me. I think maybe you've just gone through a karmic lesson or karmic relationship. Karmic relationships or lessons are things that we are sent to redo. It's very in keeping with this whole retrograde idea. It's about going back, looking at things under the microscope that perhaps we didn't see before, and deciding that we need to now resolve them. We need to make peace with ourselves. Okay. In reverse, I think it's putting the past behind you as well. Emotional past. It's looking at the things that have created who you are emotionally up until this point, I guess. And it's deciding to assess the things that have worked and those patterns that haven't. So it's really calling for you to make better, healthier decisions about who you love and what you love. This is clarified by our ascending card that I showed you earlier, this little girl with the balloons. So transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. It's always really tricky when you think of, because those of you watching this would have either come out of a relationship or maybe been single for quite a while because you'd had difficulty in past relationships. This is saying that, yeah, you are coming through that, you are healing from that, but you know what? Maybe there's a new relationship actually nearer around the corner than you think. Perhaps new love is on its way. I'm a great believer in this. As individuals, we're all coming into alignment. You know, we go through our life and we go through ups and downs and our light and shade, and it all helps us to really become in alignment with who is our authentic self. So authenticity, Sagittarius, that's what we're going to reach. This is where we're heading. And this card's saying you are ascending. Love it. Love a bit of ascension. Right. your last final column, I really like this. As I said, you've got this 9 of Cups. You see this little character is really happy with himself. You know, you see all these cups, they're all full. Every one of them is full. And they're sat sort of in this presentational style on these silk curtains. And he has, you know, gone through a journey. He is a manifester, a bit like this magician that he was sat next to. This is a time to manifest. This is a time to put it out to the universe what you want and really start to make it happen. As well, with nines are completing a cycle. So coming to an end of something. And that fits in really nicely with your Wheel of Fortune. Now, because it's in reverse, doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation. In reverse, I think it just means that what goes up comes down, and sometimes new beginnings then turn into our endings. They're never normally described like that, but this is what they were just showing me here. That this thing that you were in, or this cycle, it was pretty new for you actually, in terms of its characteristics of how you loved and what you were involved in and what your position was. It was kind of different to anything you'd had before. There's been a lot of lessons learned from it, but basically the cycle is turning. And it might feel upside down right now, like this Wheel of Fortune, but that doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. Sometimes we really need to just keep it turning, keep it moving. And this is what's going on for you currently. And that essence will be for you within the next few coming months, certainly into 2022. Okay, so clarifying was your palm tree. And this is about stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Oh, I dropped it. Flexibility. Palm trees are strong. You know, they root themselves and they can go through all sorts of weather and natural hurricanes, disasters, and still be standing. Take the energy of that, Sagittarius, for whatever this was in this final bit, whatever that union was, you've come out of it as the palm tree. And that is a really amazing thing to be able to do, because when we come out of something, we can be pretty broken. And that's not to say you're not broken at this point. There will be parts of you that you will certainly be healing and trying to fix. But that is always a good thing. That is why we're here. We're here to do the growth. We're here to do the work. Okay, so well done you. This is looking like the phoenix from the ashes, baby. And we did have this. I mean, our overarching energy was this walking away. The feeling I'm getting now that they're giving me is that you're walking away, and this is going to be a really good thing for you. You're walking away towards this green sky. This is about, within your chakras in your body and these energy meridians, our green chakra is about your heart space. And I'll be honest with you, they're telling me perhaps you had turned your back on your heart space for a while. Perhaps you had that internal dialogue that was telling you, I'm not happy, this isn't right for me. There's something missing. Well, you know what? This person's realised what was missing, and they've popped their cloak on, they've had their staff, and they're off. Walking towards better things. Smashing work. Okay. Right, so now let's pull you, just to finish off with, an Archangel Michael card. Archangel Michael is always somebody that can give us courage and strength when we really, really need it. You can ask him for his help and support whenever you feel alone, or you feel you just need that little bit of extra. He sits in on my readings quite a lot, and yeah, lovely energy. Okay, Archangel Michael, I'm going to cut the deck. What would you like to tell us today? Okay, so it says, honour and trust your feelings. Okay, so when this 8 of Cups character was on the move, he may have been on the move, but it would have took so much within himself to even make that move. It would have took a lot of courage, is what we were talking about. But the courage actually would have the drive would not have been the courage. The courage would have been something that needed to happen as a result of it. But the drive for that would have been this feeling that as individuals, we weren't put here on Earth School to be unhappy. We weren't put here to live a life where we are less than what we should be. Our higher self is always in this state of lifting us, or trying to lift us, helping us reveal the shade and take the veil away so that we can see what's staring us in the face. So I'm going to read this ritual on the bottom of this card. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for supporting, guiding and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. Okay? So yeah, there's going to be some tricky times. There's going to be some feelings coming to the surface. And some of those are going to be very, very hard. And that's going to be a process. Okay, what can our angels end our reading on and tell my lovely Sagittarians what they need to know? Okay, jump, jump, jump. Integrity. Integrity. Make this word an integral part of you. Do everything with integrity at this time. It's very easy, isn't it, to slip into a behaviour that is reactive. Don't react at this time. Be clever, dig within yourself and just look towards your integrity. You have bounds of it. Bounds of it. Okay, my lovely ones. Well, that's the end of the reading today. I'm wishing you so much love and good luck with the winter months, because good things are coming for you. I truly believe that. And yeah, I'm wishing you well. Take care. Just at the end of your reading, I just wanted to mention my new spell kits that I've been writing. On the website, I do mention that I associate myself with green witches, which are healers, and they work with mindfulness and this sort of thing. And I've been producing these spell kits. If you can see that up close, yeah. The spell kits I write myself, and I do a couple of adult ones and some children's spell kits. There is a review currently on my website. Go and take a look. For one of my young viewers that purchased one of these kits, just talks a little bit about what's in them and how she's enjoyed them. So that might be worth having a look at on my website. So that's www.pegasusandthewitch.com. So it's very quickly, I thought I would just go through the sort of things that are in these kits. So they come with a scroll, and I write all of the special spells. So there are different ones. So the children ones, there are 3 different ones available. Go and have a little look at what those are. Just a very quick idea of the sort of things that are in them. This is one of the adult love kits I've got here. So inside the adult ones comes the Pegasus and the Witch candle that you can light during the spell. And these lovely dragon's blood incense sticks also come with the kit, and they have sort of instructions of when to burn these and in what order to do that. So they smell amazing, the dragon's blood ones. They are just such a beautiful thing to have anyway. And then each kit comes with a very different little talisman, and talismans are associated with luck and magic. So these are part of the spells as well. This one here is my witch with the 3 angels, and a key, which is the key to this particular one is actually not from the love spell, sorry. This is from the luck and happiness. So these angels come with the talisman and the little key to luck and happiness. They're very interactive. Each kit comes with a special affirmation card as well that you can be using after you've used the spell. And they're all about empowerment and believing in yourself and this sort of thing. And they're really great things to interact with. So yeah, go and have a little look on the website.